happening, YouTube? Eric Bauer, back again with a video. Oh shit! Been a long time. I don't even remember when my last video was. I remember what it was, but I don't remember when it was. And that shit happens with me more often than not. My consistency is I have no consistency. In that, I will always be consistent. Anyway, it is nearing the second week of December. In fact, I believe it is the second week of December. My math is not as great as it probably should be. Yeah, it's that end of the year time. I've got a couple videos that we're going to be doing the end of the year, this one, and then one afterwards. Focusing on the stereotypical YouTubers best of 2018 list. Oh shit. Anyway, seriously though, I decided to cut mine into two parts. I know a lot of people do like a top 40 or a top 20. Some folks even keep it to a nice and short top 10 for the year. I do have a top 10 for the year that will be coming up after this one. As you can see by the title below, this is my top 10 represses for 2018. To be totally honest, in 2018, more than any new releases, I've bought a lot of represses. In fact, I've just been buying a lot of old music in general as of late, as of this year. I've done a far worse job this year than previous years paying attention to what's current. Gotta turn the tunes down a little, it's pretty loud. As I was saying, far worse job 2018 paying attention to current shit, but enough to compile a little list of my own. The represses, on the other hand, I've gotten a lot, and this could have been easily a top 20 list, or a top 10 with honorable mentions. I'm just going to show, what is it, 10, maybe 11 things. I have them written down. I think it's 10. Pretty good. Just represses that I purchased that I've been fucking super stoked about this year. So without any further ado, let's get to the list. The first one that I'm going to show you, I don't know, the validity for this could be argued as far as, you know, whether it's legit. It's not legit. This is a bootleg. And it's funny because I haven't seen this pop up in a lot of people's collections until Tom in Belgium just did an update where he showed this. I'm talking about Morbid and Mayhem's infamous Split tribute to the Black Emperors. Like I said, this is a bootleg. In fact, it's a repress of a bootleg. It says exclusively distributed by War Master Records under license from Land of the Rising Sun Records. It looks like it should be a sticker. It's actually not. It's just printed right on the fucking sleeve. If you look on Discogs, the original pressing was done by Land of the Rising Sun Records back in 1994. Dead. Euronymous. So what to say about this? It is comprised of material by both Morbid and Mayhem. As far as the Morbid material goes, it is all of their material from their December Moon demo, which is hard as shit to come across in a legit format. Whether we're talking the CD or the LP that came out when it was originally released. It's mandatory material though, and the quality of this boot is actually pretty good. Sound-wise, the Morbid stuff sounds great. If you're familiar with the box set that came out not too long ago, Tribute to the Goat, the Century Media did it, which has all of the Morbid material on there. December Moon sounds almost as good on this as it does on that album. So I'm stoked to have that. The Mayhem material, it's a little, it's not, I don't want to say iffy because the material here is good. It's got Funeral Fog from Live in Leipzig, as well as a couple tracks off of Projections of a Stained Mind. It was a compilation that came out way back when, and that would be, I want to say, The Freezing Moon, and I don't know, it's either Necrolust or Carnage, I don't remember. Honestly, I don't listen to the Mayhem side nearly as much as the Morbid side. But hearing Dead do a studio version of Freezing Moon is pretty fucking awesome. Just gonna put that out there. Anyway, that's the first thing. So the second thing, if I can get it, it's a tape talking about Blood Upon the Altar by Blasphemy, reissued by Nuclear War Now. I love the look of this. It's so sparse. Total looks like a demo, which is awesome because that's essentially arguably what Blood Upon the Altar was. Very simple J card. This came out some months back, and it's one of the first times that Blood Upon the Altar has been available separate from Gods of War in a while. It was originally self-released in '89 by Val Fox Records. No, that's wrong. See, I'm looking at my notes and mixing shit up. Am I going to go back and fix it? Probably not. Self-released in 1989. Oh man. Yes, I have to put notes together sometimes to keep my thoughts going with the proper momentum. It's been a long day today and I haven't done shit. So, whatever. Fucking anyway, enough of that. Self-released, 1989. It was originally tacked on the end of Gods of War. Just to, I want to say, give it extra length. They have since also put this out on LP by itself. And this material, for my money, is some of the best fucking Blasphemy material out there. I've actually honestly always liked Gods of War better than Fallen Angel of Doom. Take that for what you will. But Blood Upon the Altar is just, it's almost a different beast entirely. It's a lot more riffy than the follow-ups. Dare I say there's more groove and swagger to the material on here. Don't get me wrong, it is blasting black metal. Some would say war metal, but I just hear black metal on this release. It's filthy, it's fucking cavernous, it sounds old school as fuck. It does not sound like, you know, what Conqueror would go on to sound like, or Revenge, or fucking Proclamation, or any of that shit. It's in a league of its own, genre defining right here. And having a standalone of this is pretty awesome. Anyway, there's that. Next thing I'm going to show you was originally released. Not originally, was repressed. The last repress. Wow. Fuck. See? Scattered all over the place. The more I try to have it together, the more scattered I am. It was last repressed in 2017 by Val Fox Records. I'm talking about the self-titled debut by Venice Californians, Beowulf. This fucking record is so good. It hasn't been released on vinyl since it's originally came out, which would have been '86 on Suicidal Records, the label of Mike Muir from Suicidal Tendencies. This was repressed this year by Mono Records, which is a shop out of LA. And I don't know that they've done any represses prior to this. If this is their first project, it's fucking awesome. This is how this material needs to be heard and how it needs to be presented. You just look at that fucking cover art. Love it. Love it. Fucking just so reminiscent of the time that it came out. I mean, it's, you know, it's the same artwork that originally came out. You got liner notes, a lot of liner notes provided by the band, who are actually back together and playing shows, might I add. Got a collage, and the material here is just awesome. If you're stoked on that old Suicidal type of thrash metal, especially like what you hear on Suicidal's Feel Like Shit Deja Vu, considering that I think like half the tracks on that are No Mercy tracks. So also No Mercy, if you're stoked on that shit, you'd be stoked on this too. It's like a fast, if Motorhead met Suicidal Tendencies. It's been described like that by countless people. I'm not gonna fucking go against the stream and try and describe it any differently, because it pretty much nails the sound to a T. A lot of people prefer the follow-up to this album, which I have on tape, and it's awesome, but this material is a lot rawer. It's a lot more, I don't want to say juvenile, but a little bit less mature. So it has that like just raw attack to it that they definitely kind of lost over the years. You still hear it on the follow-up. And to be honest, I'm not really familiar with Beowulf's material after the second LP. But I'm super stoked to have that. That's been high on my want list forever. Originals for that are expensive. I've spent more on a record than what an original for that costs, but always reluctantly. Anyway, next thing we're going to talk about, Sacro by Massacrees, or Massacrees, a lot of people like to say. Colombian band. This is their second full length. And a really nice treatment of the album. Huge J card. Lyrics, lots of lyrics. And you got the band. Probably for my money, one of the best fucking black death metal bands out of Colombia. Their first album, their first official album, Requiem. It's been a while since I pulled it off the shelf, so forgive me if that's not the full title. Came out on Osmos. This originally released in '96 on Laredo Records. And this is the Obliteration, Disembodied Records. Obliteration fucking repressed this on CD in 2005. And that's a Japanese label, if I'm not mistaken. This also came out on LP and CD by Disembodied this year, I believe. I snagged this before I knew there was an LP version. That cover art's just fucking sick. If you're familiar with their first album and the demos and EPs that came before this, they were super raw, really, really melodic, but at times bestial fucking black metal. Really kind of singular in the scene. There was nothing on Osmos when they released this, the previous album. It sounded like Massacre. This album is a lot more straightforward. It has mixtures of black metal and it's got death metal, and it sounds a lot more polished, which is cool, because this is the type of material that you kind of want to hear with some clarity. A lot of like acoustic interludes, classical guitar. It's just a fantastic album. And like I said, not only is Massacre one of my favorite Colombian bands, this is probably one of my favorite albums just in general. It's really great material, and this repress is fucking awesome. I don't know if these are still easy to find. I know the LPs ran out a while back, tapes you might have a bit more success in scoring. The next one is another tape. I should also say, this list isn't in order at all. So, you know, take that for what you will. I just kind of threw it together, how my brain put it together. So, you get what you get. Anyway, next up. Gorgon, The Ending Quest. Repressed by Repulsive Echo out of Greece. As soon as I knew this was happening, I pre-ordered this shit. Amazingly awesome looking purple tape. Repulsive Echo did a fucking fantastic job with this. One of the freaking really sick touches on this is the fucking case has the Gorgon logo etched. It's awesome. It's an awesome touch. J cards, super nice. You got lyrics and a whole lot of liner notes. Good thing I wear glasses, because without them I would not be able to read this shit. All provided by somebody named Chris Dick. I don't know who that is. Some sort of biographer. At any rate, basically goes over the history of Gorgon. Now this material has all been reissued before. I think most recently by Century Media Records. It originally came out on Crypto Records, 1994. CD only. But this fucking material is awesome. It's literally just the full length. So Century Media did the discography reissue. So, a few records in a box set or a couple CDs. Necroharmonic did a double CD at one point. I don't know the year on that. You know, spanning all of the Gorgon material. But the album on here is, it's just a phenomenal record. It's one of probably the best death metal records out of Sweden ever, in my opinion. Just fucking great stuff. I put this up here with like Mega Slaughter, who actually got a really nice repress of fucking their Calls from Beyond on tape last year. Anyway, absolutely mandatory. I don't know if Repulsive Echo still has copies of this, or if any US distros got it, but it's worth seeking out. It's fucking awesome. And even the represses for this are hard as fuck to come by these days. So, anyway, that's that. Next fucking up. One of the nicest reissues to come out on wax all year. I am talking about Convulse, World Without God. Smart Records put this out earlier this year. It is a fucking double vinyl. Look at that spine. This fucking record's thick. And I'll show you why. Because you've got World Without God and the Resuscitation of Evilness demo. Basically pressed separately and put in a slip cover. I love it when a label does that kind of a repress, where rather than tack on bonus tracks to the end of the original album, they put those bonuses on its own format or its own medium, and in this case present it the way that it was originally presented. It's just phenomenal. Svart is an amazing label, and everything they do is awesome. They also repressed fucking Demolich and the Spith, as well as the Demolich demos, both of which I nearly put on this list, but I've seen them both pop up in the VC here and there. This one, though, I haven't seen come up, and I don't know why. It's been repressed a few times. I want to say most recently by Relapse Records, like 2010, 2012, something like that. Fucking originally came out on Thrash Records in 91. Fucking, just fucking, it's so good. It's so indicative of the Finnish death metal scene at the time, without sounding like every other finished death metal band. So you don't get an Amorphous clone, you don't get a Demolich clone, you don't get an Adramalic clone, you don't get a Demigod clone, you get Convulse. And what Convulse was just absolutely filthy, putrefied fucking band that played ancient death metal, cavernous, guttural, just awesome. And to be totally honest, they went on beyond this record. They put out a follow-up, and they actually put out a record within the last 10 years, neither of which I've heard. So as far, as my exposure to Convulse, it's pretty singularly these two projects, and it's just sick. Amazing package. Following that up, something a little bit more obscure. You have the band Gorgon from France, Call from Unknown Depths. This was released by Triumph of Death earlier this year. Triumph of Death and Analog Spleen, which is one of my favorite label names. Great fucking high contrast band photo there. If you're not familiar with Gorgon, they were a French black metal project. In fact, I believe they still exist. This is their early demo. And I like the reproduction of this fucking lyric sheet. It just feels Xeroxed, which is what they did back in the day. You got lyrics there. This is just a fucking 4-track with an intro and outro demo of raw French black metal. Plain old labels, but still pretty cool. This material is hard to describe or compare to anything current. It's extremely raw. It's not orchestral at all. There's no synths that I pick up on this, at least nothing that's overbearing. And as far as, I don't know, if I had to compare it with anything, I'd say like Worship Chimera, Samael, fucking Ungod, Saxa, that type of shit. Even though this never really slows down once you get past the intro. Just super good stuff. They followed this up with a proper record in 95, 93 called, see, I need to find some sort of way to just like get this shit ingrained in my brain before I start talking in front of a camera and start sounding stupid. So this demo was followed up with an EP entitled Immortal Hordes. That came out in 93. And then they put up a pretty well received and lauded full-length album called The Lady Rides a Black Horse in 95. Also, both of which are great. Lady Rides a Black Horse only ever came out on CD and tape. To my knowledge, no one's repressed it on vinyl, which is a shame. I feel like it would do pretty well in today's fucking niche market. Anyhow, moving on. Super stoked when I saw that this was happening. The fucking Moonspell with Wolf Hearts, released by Century Media. Double LP, gatefold. This record's heavy as shit. Great interior artwork. Photo of the band. Man, I haven't heard this material in a really long time. I just got the black vinyl version, so I'm not going to get that out. I'm also not going to fucking unfold this goddamn poster that came with it because it's huge. Like, unnecessarily huge. It's not going to go on my wall ever. But it's nice to have. It's a nice touch. Century Media's releases are always pretty top-notch. Should have had this all ready before I started fucking going. Got the official Moonblood stamp. That was a real thing. Like 95 or something like that. No, 2010. The album came out in, what was it, 95. But the stamp came out in 2010. Anyways, this is lyrics and like fucking retrospective of the band, written by Fernando Ribeiro. If you're not familiar with Moonspell, I don't know if I said Moonblood on accident. I may have. So sorry. If you're not familiar with Moonspell, they were a Portuguese band. And they initially started out playing very satanic black metal. And they would become more and more gothic as time went on. To be totally honest, I'm only familiar with this album and the demo that came out prior to this, which I can't remember the name of because I don't have it as much as I'd like to. This album I originally bought at the same time back in the day as Triarchy of the Last Lovers by Rotting Christ. It was actually a pretty good comparison. It's got that same sort of like melodic, melancholic, gothy sort of feel that you can kind of sense from the Rotting Christ. Whereas Rotting Christ were also undeniably black metal. You could hear, you hear the black metal elements on this album still for sure. But I would compare it to like the offspring of that Rotting Christ era with like Typo Negative. Topically, it's cheesy as shit, but the material is just so good. Super emotive, really melodic, really well produced, which again at the time wasn't like super common practice. But the stuff's just awesome to listen to. It's really catchy. So like I said, it's a double album. The first LP is the album Wolfheart. The second LP is Wolfheart played in its entirety live in 95? Yeah, recorded live in 95. Anyway, Moonspell, fucking awesome shit. And then the last thing, no, not the last thing. Yeah, two more things. Christ Almighty. Second to last. Got Aggressor with Rebirth. This is a double LP released by Season of Mist earlier this year. And they did a really nice job. Blue vinyl. Looks sick. This is another odd repress in that it's a repress of Symposium of Rebirth by Aggressor. And what this contains is one album, which is Symposium of Rebirth, and another album called Rebirth, which is all, I want to say circa 2016 or 2017 re-recordings of Symposium of Rebirth. The track listing is not in the same order, so they kind of finagle a few things around. This fucking record's so good. If you're not familiar with Aggressor, they fucking, were they Belgium? Were they Belgian or were they French? Or were they from somewhere else? They're from that same scene as like Loud Blast, Massacre, was it fucking Massacre? Massacre, not the fucking Colombian Massacre, but the European Massacre. Or Massacre. Fucking write this shit down. I write some of it down, but not enough apparently. I just want to also draw attention to that fucking cover art. The cover art for Symposium of Rebirth did not look that good. That is actually taken from a comic by a French artist, which I have in the other room. I actually did not, off the top of my head, realize the correlation until the comic was reissued earlier this year as well. At any rate, Aggressor started off as like a really thrashy band, sort of in the vein of like Thanatos, fucking Some death metal elements, but a lot of thrash. I guess you could kind of compare them to that early Sinister stuff too. And then they kind of evolved, you could say, into like a more techie sort of death metal, or even like a progressive sort of death metal. This is really hard stuff to narrow down to like just a singular genre. Symposium of Rebirth is just a classic, and originals of it are not easy to come by. It was originally put out by Noise, if I'm not mistaken, in no, god damn it. Not originally put out by Noise. Put out by Blackmark Productions in '94. It is their third full length, and the first two were put out by Noise, if I'm not mistaken. And those are also fantastic albums, which are dying to be repressed along with this. Come on, Season of Mist, do it. Although, you know, these fucking shitty ass labels on the sleeves, stop doing that. It's so stupid. At any rate, just a fucking great record. Mandatory classic death metal. If you haven't heard it, you gotta get on it. It's fucking awesome. The last thing that I have to show for you. The last thing that I have to show for you. The last thing I have to show today. Enslaved, Hordane's Land. This has been repressed a bunch of times before. This is a recent one brought to us by Norse Music, which is a Norwegian label that I'm totally unfamiliar with. I don't know if it's run by the dudes from Enslaved. One of the reasons that I put this on this was because this material is fucking phenomenal. It's an EP, but it plays like a fucking LP. These tracks are long as shit. And that artwork is incredible. Fucking love it. Most people are probably familiar with this because it was on the other side of the Emperor Enslaved split. One of the reasons why I was stoked on this is because while this has been repressed by fucking Back on Black and Black Sleeves and Bluten Eisen, they've never done a proper like duplication of the original press, which I want to say was Candlelight in '93. And this is as close to that original press as you can get. Granted, I want to say it was all on a red background, but you had Enslaved in that font with the song tracks there and the band photos there. Other represses have this just on black, no stylized font there. I know it's a quibble, and it's kind of a dumb quibble, but you know, I stand by what I'm griping about. As a consumer, it's my right to complain about this album's presentation. This presentation, though, and this repress, no complaints at all. Lyrics, those not lyrics, those are actually quotes from people regarding the impact that this album had on them. So you've got a blurb from Fenriz, you've got a blurb from Sakis of Rotting Christ, you have a blurb from Metallion of Slayer Mag, you've got a blurb from Yosuke of NWN. There's a bunch of people that have a lot of shit to say about how good this record is, and man, they're right. And then inside, you've got an interview, and then just some photos and flyers and whatnot. It's a nice presentation, and it's a really great reissue. It's probably one of my favorites. Like if I were to do, this is my #1 repress of 2018. Buckle in. This would probably be it. Either this or that Aggressor or the Beowulf. I don't know. It's so hard to narrow down to just like a top singular album, especially when you're such a fan of fucking music. Anyway, fucking great repress. Still fairly easy to find, I want to say. I've got a local shop that's got copies in, and I've seen it elsewhere as well. So that's all I've got for today's upload. A little bit long in the tooth for this one. Hitting 35 minutes right now. But you know, I had a lot to say, I guess. anyways, look out for part 2 of my top of 2018 list, where I will actually discuss current albums that came out in 2018. Another good list, I think. One that I had a little bit of trouble organizing throughout the year. But I'm looking forward to going over it on YouTube with everybody. So, anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting. And let's get some dialogue going about all this shit. You know, that's why I do this YouTube channel, is to have an extension of the network of people that I can fucking talk about music and shit with. You know, not that I have a lack for that at all at this point, but I still like the format. I like the medium. I do have some plans moving forward into the future as far as what I'm going to be doing with this channel and other projects that I will be undertaking, which I may talk about in the next video a little bit more informed, because I've still got some research to do on certain ends. At any rate, I'm going to quit babbling and turn this shit off for now. Like I said, comment below. Let me know what reissues were you super stoked about grabbing this year. Stuff that you've been missing out on having in your collection for however long. That's one of the great things about reissues. You know, an original press is always nice, but if it's fucking unrealistic, give me a nice reissue any day of the week. That said, take it easy, YouTube.